Before you buy any gold, whether it's a gold ETF or physical gold, you need to understand how gold works. Hi, my name's Ishan. I'm 21 years old. I've got over 6 figures invested. And yes, I have invested in physical gold bars as well as ETFs. But before you put any money into gold, you need to understand exactly how gold operates. For over 5,000 years, every single major civilization agreed on one thing. Gold equals money. The Egyptians believed it. The Romans believed it. The Chinese dynasty believed it. Empires, they literally rose and fell, but gold always stayed the same thing. So in this video, I'm going to break down what gold actually is, why it became money in the first place, what changed in 1971, and why gold actually still matters today. So let's start with the very first question. Out of all of the elements on the periodic table, why did every civilization choose gold? It's not because it's shiny. Gold has a very specific set of properties that make it extremely valuable. Number one, gold doesn't decay, rust, corrode, it doesn't react with air or water. You could put gold into a shipwreck for over 400 years and essentially recover it and it would be the exact same. Now, if you compare that to a metal like iron or copper, those two will fall apart. You can melt gold. You can shape it, you can cut it, you can, put it into ingots, and no matter how small you make it, the value of gold is the same. And number three, gold is malleable, meaning it can be bent, it can be shaped, it can be strung into a wire, into gold coins, into gold bars, etc. And the most important factor is that it is scarce. You cannot print gold, you can't create gold, you have to dig it out of the ground, whereas with diamonds and things like that, you can just lab make it. You can't do that with gold. All of the gold in the world would fit into about 3.5 Olympic swimming pools. That is it. Now here's something that most people actually misunderstand. A lot of people think that gold is an investment, but that is not true. The definition of investment is something that essentially gives you a cash flow or dividends or a return. Gold doesn't do that. Gold doesn't give you dividends. Gold doesn't give you cash flow. Gold just sits there. Gold is essentially money. More specifically, it's a store of value. So let me give you a powerful example. About 2,000 years ago, a Roman soldier earned about 1 ounce of gold every single month. Now, with that 1 ounce of gold back then, he could buy a high quality belt or a pair of sandals as well as a high quality outfit. Essentially, that's a premium wardrobe. Now, let's fast forward today. 1 ounce of gold is equivalent to about $4,000, and that will also buy you a high quality suit, a belt, shoes. Almost the exact same thing. So the question is, did gold increase in value? Not really, it didn't. Gold has always stayed the same. It's the currency that has changed. Gold doesn't actually move. It essentially just shows the truth about your money. So let's talk about the turning point, which basically changed the perception of gold in modern history. Before 1971, the US dollar wasn't just a piece of paper. It was actually a claim on gold. So you could literally go to a bank, walk in, and essentially exchange your dollars for gold. But after World War II, this essentially became the global system. And under the Bretton Woods argument, $35 basically equaled 1 ounce of gold. And so essentially the whole world's economy was linked to gold. But then what happened is that the US started spending money heavily on wars, on government programs, and more money was needed. And here's the problem. You cannot create gold. You can't print gold. So several countries started to get very suspicious. And France even sent ships to the US to actually collect their gold. And then what happened in 1971, President Nixon made a decision. We are temporarily suspending the convertibility of the dollar into gold. And temporarily was over 50 years ago. And just like that, the link between the dollar and gold disappeared. So after 1971, money basically became brand new. It was a fiat currency, meaning money has value because the government says it does. That's it. New governments can print as much money as they want, and that's how money is created. Each unit essentially becomes worthless, and that is inflation for you. Now here's a shocking statistic. A dollar in 1971 is worth about 7 cents today. That's over 90% loss in purchasing power. And that doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, it's quiet, but it is very powerful. So where does gold actually sit in today? The answer is simple. It's basically just a hedge. It's a form of financial insurance. Even today, central banks are buying gold at record levels. Look at China, India, Turkey, Poland, the UAE. All of these countries and their central banks are buying gold because number one, gold cannot be printed. Number two, it cannot be frozen. And number three, it cannot be controlled by another country. Gold doesn't depend on trust. It is the literal definition of trust. So here's the biggest takeaway from this video. Number one, gold is not an investment. You cannot invest into gold. It's essentially a store of value where you are parking your money. Number two, gold isn't about getting rich quickly. And it's not about getting poorer slowly. Once again, it is a store of value. For 5,000 years, gold has survived every empire, every crisis, every system. And today it's still here telling you the truth of money. The question is, are you paying attention? So are you going to buy gold or keep all of your money into savings? Anyway, I hope this video has been useful and I hope you have learned a lot, and I will see you in my next video.